Yeah. Yeah.
We invest in helping them overcome these hurdles.
You know something? I wish if you have an answer to that, I can't comprehend why. It's kind of like Little Moron. There's this old time ago when I was a kid. There was this joke: why did little moron keep hitting himself in the head with a hammer? And punchline is because it felt so good when he stopped. Okay, and
Wow.
It's a dumb joke then, it's a dumb joke now. But a lot of people, it's really these built-in biases that take over, and you don't see the bias there. You don't see it in operation, but darned if it's not there, coloring your world, making your decisions for you. And we generally cannot see that bias in operation. And we have to come to a moment of where we develop an observer that can begin to say, oh, I have a bias, and here's the bias. That trading account is going to tell you what your biases are. Your active trading is going to tell you what your biases are. You keep doing the same stupid things over and over and over again. That's the deal. That's the bias in operation right there. You're looking at behavior, then you say, well, okay, I'm doing the same thing. Why don't I stop? Well, what's the bias behind the pattern? Because what you're seeing is the triggering of an emotional pattern and activating and then taking over the thinking brain. And the deal is, the very first thing is, what's the bias? What's the subliminal belief? There's a distinction, and it's called limbic learning. The limbic brain doesn't form beliefs because it's nonverbal. But as we become verbal, the thinking brain goes on. What happens is those limbic beliefs or limbic learnings become implicit beliefs. You don't know that they're subconscious. They're in the emotional brain. They're not in the thinking brain. So of course you're not going to see them. You have to become a detective, and you have to root them out. And you have to be able, at that moment, you have to start working to be able to change those beliefs about your capacity to manage uncertainty. So that